Dancing through the raindrops, I've made it to the great place that is Central Catholic. They're getting ready to go out and practice in the rain. He's Ryan Lehmeier. So third straight year back in it, and a very familiar opponent, NA, and a coach that's won it 7 times, and you're looking to bust through for the first time. What's going through your mind right now, Coach?
I think we have a good week. It's obviously an awesome opportunity. Anytime you get to play in this game, I'm really proud of the kids and the coaches and what they've done so far this season. But again, playing a really common opponent and in the biggest game, so really excited, looking forward to the opportunity.
Look, I'm not going to tell you that I know the roster, but obviously the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, a great tool, and I was doing a little homework before I came here. So Gompers, here's a kid who's staying with Duke. He's had offers from Penn State, Michigan. He's the guy that kind of anchors the defense. Talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, Bradley's the film speaks for itself, but he's a tremendous person here in the school and leader in our locker room. But I think, this year as a senior, really has elevated his game on both sides of the ball, played, some elite reps at linebacker, throughout the course of the season. And he's made a splash on offense as well. So he's dynamic on both sides of the ball. I'm really excited to kind of watch him go.
So this quarterback, there was some question marks early on, wondering the long haul, but listen, he's done it. 22 touchdown passes, 2,079 yards, talking about Walls. What's he meant to your football team?
Oh, he's meant a tremendous amount. He's been with us here now for, the 2 years that we've been here. And I think he's grown every single day. And I think he's done a really good job this year of, just putting one foot in front of the other no matter the situation, being resilient, being able to respond in those tough moments. And, he's playing really good football for us. So, he's got a big job ahead of him, Saturday night, and I know he's up for it.
So North Hills, back in the day, a player, and you've done a lot of things at different levels. Jarkovic, a big reason why he had success during your days as a coach, assistant with Coach Kasparovich at Pine Richland. How does it feel to be in a position with a football program that people just obviously expect you to be here? Little do they know it takes a lot of work to get here.
Yeah, I think. I'm humbled in my core. This is, it's my dream job, and every day I get to come to work here. I don't take it for granted. But like you said, expectations are high, and they're high here all the time. I think the standard here needs to be met, and that's what our job is. And I'm just really excited for to show up to get to work every day and work with these kids and work for this fine school and the administrators. It's awesome.
A little bit of a remodel going to happen down here a little bit as far as some construction. You guys are going to do some things. As rich as the history that this school is, it needs an upgrade. How excited are you about some of the things that are going to happen?
Yeah, some of the things that are going through. I don't know. I haven't been in many of those meetings and whatnot, but
there's going to be some shovels going.
This is a special place, and I think
it.
Anytime we can add to it, it's only going to make it even more special. But the people of Central Catholic, the Central Catholic community, it runs so deep, and it's such an awesome place to be a part of. And again, like I said, I'm humbled to my core every day I get to come here as the head coach.
Listen, my man will be with me Sunday at 9, Greater Pitt Trees Show, as Carlos McClintock's son plays here. He also scraps a little bit, too, as a boxer.
Yeah.
Talk about that young man just a little bit for me.
Yeah. My man,
tough kid.
Cello, man. Yeah. He's a boxer. He plays corner. Everything about him, he's what Central's about, though, he's a tough kid. He's detail oriented. He wants to be good. He works his tail off every single day, similar to his dad. So, I love Cello. I love that he's a part of our program, and, we're expecting big things from him.
Listen, I got to talk to you about something else near and dear to your heart. Look, I love the city. I love being here, but I love City League football, City League, everything. Your ties to Brashear, that may be one of the things I love about you the most, teaching there. What's that like, being a part of that?
Yeah, I teach at South Hills Middle, which is, tied to Brashear. It's an awesome part of my day. I love it. Getting to teach and work with, I work with middle school kids really right now, and I think it's such an awesome thing to watch them transition to high school and be a part of that. And my work day is awesome, and I love working with those kids. And it's I wish I won a couple more games this year so I didn't have to mess with them as much. But they're awesome. It's a great place to work, and
we need the City League, man.
Yeah, no doubt. And Coach Drew Brashear, I see him every day at work, and then I've built relationships. Dante and I, have talked a good bit, and what he's doing in the city and what he's done in general is just phenomenal.
They had a front page story about Westinghouse in the Courier. I have a lot of respect for Dante Green. I mean, I don't. It's sad because sometimes they don't get the headlines they deserve. Nice to see the Courier doing that. Love that paper, but what they're doing at Westinghouse is as important as anything that's happening with the WPIL.
Yeah, I think just being an employee there and obviously following it closely and knowing Dante and getting to build a relationship with him, in that coaching fraternity of sorts. What he's done with what he started with.
Phenomenal.
There's a reason that dude made national news. I mean, he's moving mountains over there. He's an awesome guy, and I'm really pulling for Westinghouse in the state playoffs.
Your young family's growing. I'm so happy for you. You're out there in the north with your beautiful bride, but you love this game of football. And I remember as your player, when I was covering sports on a regular basis, you still get the same jitterbugs before a game like this that you did as a player. Is it a different feel?
Yeah, I think there's similarities there. I mean, that feeling, that physical feeling shows up a little bit, but I think there's just more. Coaching is, as a player, it's awesome, but coaching's so rewarding because you get to, you just have a different perspective and you see where these kids started and you see what they put into it in their parents and the relationships that really form in front of your eyes and they come in as molds of clay. You kind of get to mold them with the coaches and just kind of watching that growth. I think that's just, I really, really enjoy that. And, I don't think there's many, college and everything else is whatever, but at the high school, it's so pure. It's where, and I really enjoy it.
How about the whole thing though? Art Walker Jr., 7-time champ, out there, coached here. Terry Totten coached here, was an assistant with him. Man, there's been some really quality people at the helm here. That must be a kind of a daunting thing to think about where you are right now as a young man.
Well, I'm in good company. I have a lot of respect for Whitfield football and the coaches that, coach in this league. And obviously the two guys that came before me. Coincidentally, I'm, going up against one of those guys here in a couple of days. But again, it's nothing but respect for those guys. And this was a really good job because of the way that, it was left to me. So, a lot of respect.
All right, before I let you go, what does NA bring to the table? Just about everything. They got a heck of a running back out there. When you think of NA, some of the things you're definitely going to have to get laser focused.
Well, I think it's going to be, it's going to be a 48-minute football game, and it's going to be just that. It's going to be a football game. It's going to be tough. They're going to be disciplined. I think, they know us and we know them, and it's a, but I don't think there's much better to play your rival in the biggest game.
I mean, I kind of think people anticipated this, but still, I don't think people realize just to get here, to be on the doorstep. Of course, Power of Bowser, Saturday, Championship Saturday. It's McKeesport. It's Thomas Jefferson at noon. They follow at 6. Again, of course, they'll be taking on Central Catholic Friday night, Pine Richland and Bethel Park in a semifinal 5A matchup. But I mean, just to be here, days away, you just want everything to stay in line and be able to get to the starting line, right?
Yeah, I think, the anxiousness as the game approaches. I think anybody that's involved with it, obviously, it gets to you. You're excited to play. But like I told the kids, be present and and understand, the opportunity you have, and that this doesn't come easily. And there's a handful of teams that are not practicing right now. So not to take that for granted, how hard it is to get here. And when you get your shot, to make the most of it. So. I'm excited for these guys. I'm excited for our staff and our school and, all the opportunity that Saturday will bring us.
So explain to me explain to the audience how much work goes into this. I mean, we're talking year-round weightlifting, the 2-a-days in August. I mean, just to get here. And yeah. I know we all love the PIAA. I mean, it's big, it's the state, but there's still something about this championship, this WPIL. Explain to the audience the significance and maybe why we feel a little different because we're around it, and I have been for 40 plus years, but there's still something about WPIL championship football. Why?
Yeah, I think, just the past and the people and the players and the guys that have coached in this league, and you go all the way up to the NFL. I mean, how many Hall of Famers came out of this hotbed of the country where football was so prominent for so long, and I feel like it still is. Football is really important to people in Pittsburgh. And, I think it's a special place to coach. This is a special school in that league. And I think, we put a premium on it. That is the championship. If you're a WPL school, that's what you're working for. And, year round, I think for most part, hopefully, we're working some days, but, the calendar year, football kind of goes to the end of it, and then it starts right back up when the calendar flips. So there's a lot of work that goes in to get here, coaches and kids included, everybody, and just really excited for the opportunity for our school.
All right, before I let you go, I just got to mention a couple names for NA. And when I come here, and I don't know if you do it, but every time I'm here, I think of Dan Marino. I mean, it's the first thing you see when you come in, a picture. So you got to think of quarterbacks.
Yep.
And I want to talk about their quarterback, Bradley Brinkley, 6'3", 175 pounds. Kid's a sophomore. He can throw the football. So defensively, a lot of stress is going to be on your secondary to try to stop this guy.
Yeah. He's he's a good player. He's 10th grade young guy. I was able the last 3 years to see Logan Kushner go to work, and I think there's a lot of similarities there. I think their ability to move around and throw off platform and make some plays off schedule are there. So I think it fits the mold of the type of quarterback that plays out there. He's gotten a lot better throughout the year. I think that our first game was the first game that he played the whole game, and it was really just him. And you can see him making, incremental strides every week. So we got our hands full. He's a really good player, and, we got to be able to.
All right, real quick, running back Luke Rowan, 6'1", 210-pound junior, likes to hit people. So talk about him a little bit.
Tough, downhill kid, plays both sides of the ball. You can see it on film, just has some really good football instincts and understands the game and, some of the things that they're asking him to do. I think he fits well into what they do. I mean, he looks very similar to a lot of the guys they've had in the past.
Before I let you go, last thing, the guys that he's going to be throwing, Brinkley's going to be throwing the football to, Donaldson, you've got Meltzer, and you've got Kraft in there.
Yep.
Those three. And the tight end, of course, is Colin Moore, rather. Go ahead.
Yeah, all guys are, again, they're big-time contributors. You're not starting over there by accident. They got a lot of good football players. So, again, we got to be able to bottle these guys up, know where they're at, and again, it's more so about us. I mean, we got to know where they're at, obviously, but the communication amongst ourselves and the togetherness and the way we run the football, that'll all kind of.
I follow you on social media. I'm so proud of you and your family, and you're doing it, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Anything you ever need, I'm here.
Thank you.
Love Central Catholic, too, but I got to tell you, a lot of love for Art Walker and NA, too. It's going to be a great football game. Power Bowser, we'll have it for you. They kick off at 6. Of course, at noon, it's that 4A championship. You've got TJ and McKeesport, and then a semifinal matchup, Pine, Richland, and Bethel Park on Friday. Don't forget, always more sports at 93.7thefan.com.